There are two kinds of people that I absolutely cannot stand. One of them, as I'm sure you're very aware of, are scammers. The second kind of person that I cannot stand are lying, deceitful people. The kind that will take your statements out of context and then try to destroy you for no reason. You got a bunch of bitches, and yes, I know that that's kind of a taboo word, but you know what? I use it when it's warranted. And in this case, it's warranted. You have a bunch of bitches that do nothing. Well, first of all, let me say this. They claim to be wanting to get Elion to safety, but yet they're not doing a damn thing. The only thing that they do in their group is post disparaging memes and then sit around and gossip about those of us who are actually trying to do something. What have you bitches done besides talk shit about other people? Huh? Y'all are a joke. Yeah, the group is called We're No Friends of Chris and Holly. Y'all are a joke. Yeah, you claim to be trying to do something for Elion, but all you can get done is sit around and talk shit about me and other people who are the only ones apparently doing anything. Because I sure as hell haven't seen you bitches do anything. And there's one in particular who has been the worst, who is, in my opinion, a deceitful, lying bitch, and that is Sarah Jones. Yeah. Let me show you what she's been saying. First of all, she took this out of context, completely out of context, and trying to say that I said I was never a cop. Well, I'm replying to this other person, and I say I wasn't a cop, but I worked at the police academy in Burien, which is a suburb of Seattle, for about a year. I was responsible for getting people into both the police and corrections academies. Super high-stress job. Okay, first of all, why do you think that they hired me at the Seattle Police Academy to be over all of the academies? They had to go through me to get into the academy. Why do you suppose they hired me for that position? Oh, maybe because I had a background in law enforcement. Secondly, I find it interesting that you blurred out everything else except for that one statement. Yeah, see, that's what frickin' deceivers and liars do. They take a statement completely out of context and then try to make it look like the person is saying something that they weren't actually saying. So let me give you a little context, bitch. Yeah, let me give you a little context. Let me enlighten you. I was in a conversation with a gal who was in law enforcement in the Seattle area. I mentioned that I also was in a law enforcement, had been in a law enforcement position in the Seattle area. We were having a conversation based on us both having her living there and me having lived there. And so she asked me, if I recall, she asked me the question, were you a cop? Were you a Seattle cop? No, I wasn't. At this particular point, this would have been right around 2002. I had gotten out of law enforcement in 1993, and I actually went to work for the U.S. Attorney's Office the next year in 2003. So that was the context of my answer. She asked me, were you a cop in Seattle? And I said, no, I wasn't a cop, but I worked at the police academy. I was in an admin position. But see, this is what lying, deceitful bitches do. They take a statement completely out of context, and they don't provide the rest of the... Why didn't you provide the rest of the conversation, bitch? Yeah, why didn't you provide the rest of the conversation so you could provide some context? Because that would ruin your little scheme. See, you're no better than Jeff or Chris and Holly or anybody else. You're just as much a deceitful person. In fact, you're even worse because you claimed to be on our side. And by the way, what you're saying is slander, and don't think that I can't come after you just because you live in another country. You might want to read up on international and internet law. Yeah, I'd advise keeping your damn mouth shut unless you're going to speak the truth. If all you're going to do is lie, take things out of context and talk shit, then you might want to sew your mouth shut so you don't keep showing what a deceitful idiot you are. What a lying, conniving, deceitful bitch you are, Sarah Jones. Yeah, I know you aren't going to like that, but I don't really give a shit. I really don't. The things that you... Let me show you what else she's saying about me. And she's saying this just... See, the thing is, I never did a damn thing to them. Ever. I never did a damn thing to them. All right, says all the things that I've been hearing is because he's calling people names. Oh. Yeah, I'm calling you names too, bitch. That even though people are using them, they don't need to be called filthy names like you're calling them. Okay, what filthy names am I calling them? As far as I know, I haven't used any filthy names. They're saying that you're making up crazy videos that have nothing to do with the situation, in my opinion. Oh, really? Why don't you take that up with my subscribers? Just because you're too stupid to understand the message, my subscribers aren't. They're just too ignorant to know what's going on. I think Kevin is a bit crazy, to be honest. He is scary. By the way, why don't you spell scary right? Just shows how... The video today was aimed at anyone who questions his approach to the parody of his videos. Oh, no. I don't mind people not agreeing with my approach, but I do greatly disagree with people who try to take my statements out of context and try to disparage me, slander based on half-truths, based on statements out of context. So he was never a cop. Oh, really? You know what? There is another video where I posted all of the departments that I work for with the dates. And wow, he lied about that. He even had photos in uniform, but did a desk job. Wow. Again, slander. That's slander. Where do you get the point that, yeah, I did a desk job at the police academy. I was in administration. I was not a cop at that time, but I was before. Look, I know damn well where I worked, when I worked there, what I did. You weren't there. You don't know shit. And all you know how to do is, you can tell that you've probably done this with other people because you're really good at taking stuff out of context. Yeah, you're really good at talking shit about people and saying pulling a bunch of stuff out of your fat ass that isn't true. Yeah. Yeah, I know some people are not going to like what I'm saying right now, but I don't really care. People go at me, I'm going to go at them. I don't care. I don't care what. And I'm going to call them what they are. A lying, deceitful, conniving bitch. I never did anything to any of you. Not a damn thing. And you guys start talking shit behind my back. Because that's all you do. You sit in your little circle there. And we're no friends of Chris and Holly, and you post memes and you talk shit about people. You gossip. All it is a frickin' gossip circle. That's all it is. You guys don't do a damn thing for Elion. Nothing. What have you done? Nothing. And then you start trying to disparage those of us who are trying to do something. You frickin' hypocrites. People like that just give me the red ass, I swear. They're stupid. And all you're doing, Sarah Jones, is putting your stupidity on display, putting your dishonesty on display. Yeah. That's what you're doing. And it's shining through bright and clear. All right. So let's move on to bigger and better things than this piece of shit. Oh, and they're going to be talking behind my back about me calling her names and blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Go ahead. I really don't care. I really don't care. All right. I want to look at some comments now that people have been making. I think they're really good comments, and I wanted to share them. All right, first one. It says on 8/10, Chris and Holly had a video. Chris wouldn't look at the camera like he usually does. He was saying things that he needed: sliding door, lumber, cast iron tub, etc. Holly had Elion be the narrator, and he can't talk that people could understand. Yeah, I think they're probably doing that to try to refute my videos, which instead they did the exact opposite, unfortunately. It says, I watch the videos just to see what they are taking from people. They are teaching Elion, teaching him to throw paper and garbage on the ground, teaching him to be lazy and live like a pig. Someone needs to stop them. I agree. A kid is going to grow up to be just worse than Chris. All right, next comment. Chris said, haven't worked on the cabin in 4 days. Yes, people, do you see? They don't stay there. They do not use the RV. They visit the set to film. A video of half-hour work clearing. H ruining tree roots. Give me a break. I do more gardening and homesteading in 1 day, but no 4-day breaks for beer. All right, next comment. Do you remember the video? They hadn't done one for over a week. They came on saying it was raining. They said they had been ill with COVID. Jeez. Horse shit. How are they going to catch COVID out in the middle of nowhere? I'm sure they did that for sympathy. Looking for gift cards. These people make me sick. Yep, they make all of us sick. Freaking beggars. All right, next one. They come up with excuses all the time. Remember the time when she claimed she had acute kidney failure? Yeah, and they let you go back to your fake cabins with that diagnosis? After that, not one word was spoken of her kidney failure. Miraculously cured. Yeah. People, let me just say this. These people are the same. Scammers are all the same. Those of you who followed me when I went after Jeffrey Noyes, used to be UPAC Tube Jeff, he was always coming up with things. Oh, this, and then he was at the hospital with his friend who was dying of cancer, which is bullshit. He was talking about his fake cat being sick, and he needed $5,000 for vet bills. More bullshit. Now, these people are all the same, folks. They're all the same, and I just can't understand why Chris and Holly's followers can't see through all the smoke. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh. Next comment. Says, I wish people would wake up and realize what they are doing, and I will say this. Everyone who supports these two are an accomplice to child abuse. Because instead of getting the little one help, they just sit back and watch and laugh and throw more money their way just to watch dumb videos and laugh. This situation is serious. People, listen to Kevin and don't throw your hard-earned money away on these fools. Yeah, couldn't have said it any better myself. All right, next comment. He refuses to take a real job because you have to do what you're told by an owner/employer like other people have to do. He doesn't want to listen to anyone. He wants his freedom from anyone telling him what to do. But he still wants all the things a real job offers. I don't think their channel is producing good income, not a real job, not self-employed. It's only making 35-minute videos that go nowhere for 5+ years. Is it soon time for a paid vacation from all that work? Someone else will foot the bill, not him. How special. Yeah. All right, next one. They told their followers that the reason they haven't been building on the cabin was because it had been constantly raining. That's funny because I live right next to them and they must have a dark cloud just over that property because it's been hot and humid where I live and people look at the radar where they're at and can plainly see they are lying. And somebody else added to it, says, yeah, Ho-Ho took a long rainstorm, videoed it and cut it into segments and made a bunch of inserted storms in their videos. How dumb can they be? Well, better question, how dumb can their subscribers be to not say it's the same footage from another video? Plus, people, if any of their supporters are watching this video, how deceitful is that? Why would you go to all the trouble in inserting fake footage in videos? Because they ain't living there. Keep telling you people that over and over and over. You just keep, all you're doing is supplying beer and drug money for them. That's all you're doing. The alien, you see how skinny Alien is? He's obviously not benefiting from your dollars, so why do you keep sending them? All right, next one. Kevin, you keep exposing them for what they really are, scammers. Who constantly puts their child in harm's way, which has been documented time and time again in 99% of their videos. We all want the same thing for that little boy, safe, happy, and healthy, and in darn school. That last video just shows how far behind he really is. All right, that's the one where they were narrating, having him narrate. I feel sorry for the kid. I really do. It's just, he should be so much further along. So much further along than where he is. He's at least 2 years behind. At least. Next comment. On their last video, they have increased their bumming, and that means their drinking and drugging has gotten worse. And of course, their people had to send them more money for their habits. Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing, people. You that are sending them money, you're basically giving them beer and drug money. That's all you're giving them. All right, next comment. Says, you hit the nail right on the head. Just love it. You're really showing the truth of those scammers. I hope that they will see your videos and stop sending. He's talking about his supporters. Chris needs to get up from his drunken ass and get a job. That baby needs a roof and food. He is too thin. Yeah. His ribs shouldn't be sticking out like that. They're not feeding him right. They're spending all the money on themselves, people. If you can't see that, you're blind. Seriously, you're blind. You're so emotionally invested that you can't even see what's right in front of your face. That's sad. All right, next comment. someone asked him in the comment section, she said, where I live, small town, you have to have loads of stuff done. Building inspectors, all different permits. He answered her by telling her to chill and have a beer. Then she got crucified by the fans. Is that got to be the dumbest thing? Anybody with half an ounce of a brain, half of an ounce of a brain, you would know that they need all these things done. That piece of crap that they're building is not going to pass code. They're not going to be able to live in it. The county will not allow it. They won't allow it. Oh, man. People are stupid, I swear. Oh, next comment. They love to play the victim instead of facing reality or addressing the actual concerns. In their newest video, this is a few back, I think, Elion ran up to the fire and almost stepped in flames, probably barefoot. As usual, his parents don't notice or warn him to stay back. Holly obviously doesn't help him with schoolwork except when the camera is on. They are breaking the law by not enrolling him in school. They said E got stung by a yellow jacket. They won't educate themselves on how to solve their own problems. Always the victim. There is no progress made between videos like you've pointed out. Yeah, why solve your own problems when you got everybody else sending you money and gift cards so you don't have to? People, you don't realize what idiots you are by sending them money. You don't realize what damage you're actually causing. I wish I could get that through your thick skulls. Seriously. You do not have the ability to think rationally. You obviously don't, or you would stop sending the money. I just don't understand how people can be so stupid. All right, next comment. Maybe the folks that donate money in cards are doing it because they believe it's a godly thing to do. They are supporting a drug and alcohol habit. People. God wants everyone to have the gift of discernment in their lives. Discernment is the ability to perceive, understand, and judge things clearly, especially those that are not obvious or straightforward. Absolutely. How many times have I talked about discernment? That the people who support them have no discernment. You can't discern what's really going on. You can't see the obvious that's right in front of you. You're either completely stupid or you just don't care. And you're perfectly fine with supplying all the beer and drugs that they want. All right. All right, next one. No video for like 8 days, then boom, and still nothing done with the cabin or porch. Shed, LOL, whatever it is. All right, next comment. I think it's a wise video. Whoever their son is learning, I think she means however, their son is learning plenty. I was a child in the 60s that my family always lived homeless up until about 11, camping, etc. But I also know how to survive anything, so let's think about that. I understand and believe what you're saying is true. Few things can be looked at differently. All right, and the immediate response, which I love, says, have you looked at these two were given thousands and thousands of dollars and just blew it on things that they wanted instead of what was needed? Did your father drink the money that came, I think it means drink away, the money that came into the household? Did your family have a GoFundMe? I am a 50s baby and work for everything in life and not to expect to have everything given to me. Yeah, so the person that made the previous comment, may have been in a different situation, so they learned how to survive. Well, survival doesn't include not trying. It doesn't include living off of other people and begging for everything that you get. It doesn't include scamming people and creating scenarios that are not real, but just for the camera. as has been proven numerous times. All right, next comment. I think it is great to live in the woods and survive the best you can. I think it is great going in the woods and have fun as much as you like. But when you have a child, you don't think of you. You think of that child and do the best you can to protect that child, and you take care of that child and not let other people take care of them. The child in this situation is taking care of the ones that are supposed to be taking care of him. I can't even talk about it without getting mad because more breath and words are being wasted on people that don't have morals. Yeah, and then they turn around and say, oh, look how God has blessed us. No, God is not blessing your situation. That can be proven scripturally, which I have done several times. God is not going to bless disobedience. He's not going to bless you shacking up, having a baby out of wedlock, and then against the direct command of Scripture, not working and not obeying government. No. So stop it with the God blessing us BS. Because it's not true. All right, next comment. I still can't believe how people enable them and believe they're crap. I've seen plenty of videos on YouTube of untrained people making a cabin in 10 days by themselves or with the help of their untrained partner. Nobody on those videos are begging for money or working shoes. Also, Elian can count to 20 at his age. If he was actually schooled, he would be way smarter. My nephew could speak better at age of 2 than Elian can do now. Last video, Chris was clearly drunk. What an example he is setting for his son. What she was on, no idea. Well, those marks on both of their faces, by the way, might give you a clue as to what. Which the supporters are buying for them. That's just sick. So that cabin was still the same. People need to open their eyes. Amen. All right, next comment. It's tragic to note that I have seen other couples trying to follow this pattern of lifestyle. One such couple was introduced on the Dr. Phil show. You can figure out what he thought about this. He all but came out and declared them idiots. They were attempting to live in the desert by simply squatting on a piece of land as big as their arse. They had a ramshackle old camper that someone had drug out there and abandoned, which gave them some shelter if needed, but didn't provide heat for the cold nights. The female didn't like sleeping in it, so they slept on the arse spot they claimed during the day. Every day, the female would ride a beat-up old bike she found into a nearby town for water and ravaged restaurant dumpsters for food for her and the lazy-arsed male who had ingenuously fashioned a carry basket for the bike. Oh, you're so talented. Oh, you can do anything. Yeah, jeez. The male said he couldn't leave their spot or someone might take it because there were some pretty unsavory characters out there doing the same things. But the others cannot be trusted, LOL. The female had a gun she would carry into town to protect herself. Bah ha 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 ha. She certainly couldn't count on the male for protection. They also asked for money every day and lived on any money given to them, so I guess we're seeing a whole new class of citizens here. Yeah. And it ain't an improvement by any means. I just don't understand people like this. I don't understand it. It's like, anyway, I know there's a whole lot I could say about it, but y'all know what I'm thinking. All right, this is the last comment. It says, you can always tell when the followers are sending CNH more gifts. They make less videos. Oh, yeah, when they get paid, when they have the YouTube money and the Social Security money and all this other stuff that's coming in, they don't see the need to make any videos, so they just sit around, drink, and get high. But then when the money starts to run out, they got to come on and make a video. That's why they haven't made any damn progress on the shed, people. Can't you see the obvious? I swear. Why can't you see the obvious? And then when the followers send less gifts, they increase them. That is the videos. They increase the videos. People, how could we make it any more plain? How could we make it more obvious than it already is? Be hard to do. I don't understand your people's thinking that it's supporting them. I really don't understand it. I really don't. And I'm being serious here. Okay, y'all think we're just being mean and being a bully and all that stuff. No. We care about the child. We don't give a shit about them. They want to live like that, that's fine, whatever. Other than the begging bullshit. Don't like that. Don't like how they're hoodwinking y'all. Yeah, making fake videos, making you think that they live there. They don't live there. They don't live there. No. You can tell they haven't been there for 8 days, whatever it was. No, absolutely no progress, and then claim that it was raining. When you can look at the historical weather forecast and it never rained there. And then Holly takes some storm footage that she clipped into different segments and put them in the videos to try to prove to everybody that it was raining. Oh, yeah, by the way, somebody else pointed out something, that last video where they're digging up the dirt. That dirt is completely dry. And let me tell you what, that kind of dirt, when it gets wet, it stays wet a long time. Yeah, I spent a lot of time back south. My mom was from North Carolina. So I've been back in that area. And let me tell you, so that stuff just turns to sludge. It ain't going to be dry like that. It takes a long... If it was raining that long and they didn't work on the cabin because... whatever the hell it is... for that long because it was raining that whole time, trust me, that dirt would not be dry. But everything that they were digging up was completely dry. What does that tell you? People, I just don't... I don't understand you. I don't understand how your brain has got... You need a new chip or something in there so you can actually think. Because you supporters... You're obviously not thinking. And let me just say something else. You people who are defending them and supporting them, are you drug addicts? Are you alcoholics? Or are you just stupid? Because it's got to be one of the three for you to defend them and support them. You've got to be of the same character and the same low-life scamming mentality to be in their corner. I mean, that's just common sense. That's what you have to be. So, normally I say I hope you enjoyed this video, but there's some of you that I hope did not. Sarah Jones and you other gossipers. Nothing worse than a gossiper. And even worse than that is a group of gossipers. Especially when they are lying, stating half-truths, if even that, and then trying to go after somebody who hasn't done a damn thing to them. What does that say about them? What does that say about them? Well, I think that's a self-answering question, to be honest with you. So, that's it for this morning. There's a lot of other things I could say, but just so you know, I'm being nice. You think that I'm crazy and scary. Oh, you ain't seen crazy, and you ain't seen scary. I'm actually a very nice guy. I'm actually very laid back, but there are certain things that piss me off. And one thing I do not like is people who go after me for no reason and then lie and spread lies. Spread absolute lies. Yeah, that doesn't sit well with me. I highly doubt it would sit well with anybody, to be honest with you. So, I know some of you are going to be upset at this video, and like I said, I don't care. I'm going to say what I want to say. This is my channel, and you people coming into my comments and trying to tell me how to run my channel, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. I'm not an obstinate person by nature, but you challenge me, I'm going to come back at you. I'm going to come back at you. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this video processed and uploaded so y'all can enjoy it. Later.